All right guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. I've got here a cup of properly brewed Schisandra berry. Now this could be brewed stronger, but I'm currently conserving my berries because they're super expensive right now. So normally when I would have this, the color would be a little bit darker, but this is properly brewed Schisandra, and you can tell by the color. You can't really see through it, right? Now to brew Schisandra properly, you want to pulverize the berries in a quality blender like a Vitamix or some other strong blender. You mix the berries with water, you put it in a blender, and you grind the berries down and infuse the crushed berries and the pulverized berries into the water. This increases the surface area of the Schisandra berries about 10,000-fold. That way, when you do brew the berries in hot water, you end up with an end product that looks similar or stronger than this. So if I were to take Schisandra and not pulverize the berries, this tea would be completely see-through and it would not have this grapefruit, almost cayenne color. So if you're going to consume Schisandra, which is one of the most potent herbs out there, in fact, I think it's in the top 3, make it properly. That way you get the benefits from it. Catch my drift? So the recipe I'm going to show you right now is something that I've been drinking for years. It's something that I personally came up with. I'm sure other people mix these ingredients, but you know, this recipe that I'm making right now, I made up. But again, it's not like I'm the first one that's done this. I'm sure other people have been mixing these ingredients for years or hundreds of years, but this, you guys, is the basic recipe for one of my standard potions. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take warm Schisandra tea and we're just gonna add some Shilajit resin. This is soft resin Shilajit from the Himalayas. This is the purehimalayanshilajit.com soft resin Shilajit. And this, again, this is not the Siberian Shilajit. This is the soft resin. This comes from the higher elevations in the Himalayan mountains. So this stuff has a really amazing flavor to it. It's very smoky and it mixes very well with Schisandra. Shilajit, you guys, builds the body. It builds the Jing reserves. It enhances your vitality. It's full of minerals that are bound to fulvic, humic, and olmic acids. These are very bioavailable. So Shilajit is known in Ayurveda as the conqueror of mountains and the destroyer of weakness. So it's a Jing builder, you guys. It also enhances the flow of qi, also known as qi, and it does enhance or tonify and bring balance to the Shen. So I'm talking about traditional Chinese medicine here. But this is the basic recipe, you guys. Normally, this would have chaga infused into it. So normally I brew my chaga and then I brew the chaga tea. How would I explain this? I slowly cook my chaga tea on the stove, and then after about an hour to 3 hours, depending on how strong I'm making it, I'll let it cool. And then I will, how would I explain this, you guys? I'm doing this all by memory. I should have made a video. Essentially what I normally do with this recipe is I take chaga, I make chaga tea, and then I infuse the Schisandra that's been pulverized into the hot chaga tea mix, and then I strain it all out. So normally this is a 3-part system: a mushroom base, then you infuse the Schisandra into the mushroom tea, and then you add your Shilajit. So there's a few different variants of this. This is the most basic one. And maybe I'll share some of the other more advanced variants in the future, the ones that have like the ginseng and the gynostemma and the snow lotus. But this is a good start. So I've just got a cup of warm Schisandra. Warm Schisandra I find tastes much better. I find that it absorbs into the tissues much better. And another benefit to the warm Schisandra, you guys, is it's going to help the Shilajit resin dissolve much better. So Shilajit resin in cold water can take quite a long time to dissolve. And another advantage to the soft resin Shilajit, you guys, you can tell that it's moving. I can't get it on screen. The soft resin by default dissolves much easier than the harder resin. So I'm just going to take here, you guys, pretty decent amount of the resin here, as you can see. And I'm literally just going to toss it in there. This is one of the most beneficial drinks, you guys. And that's why I talk so regularly about this. So this is high in minerals. This is also high in lignans and Schisandrins. The pigments and tints in Schisandra are remarkably beneficial. Schisandra is a liver herb. It regenerates, holy shit, if I don't knock that over, it regenerates the liver. Schisandra is also capable of entering into the extraordinary channels. It stimulates and tonifies the 3 Dantian points. It is one of the only herbs in traditional Chinese medicine that actually enters into the 12 main meridians and totally balances out the 3 treasures, the Jing, the Shen, and the Qi, completely. It's remarkably beneficial. Sung Jing Park, the master Taoist who is the teacher, I believe, of Ron Tea Garden, said that Schisandra is the quintessential herb. It's the best. And the Taoists have taken this berry for hundreds and hundreds of years because they were privy to the fact that it not only strengthened the body and the mind, but it enhanced creativity and actually balanced the spiritual bodies. So, remarkable stuff. Not a whole lot of people are talking about Schisandra on YouTube. So, top 10 for sure herbs that I would take in a medicine bag with me if I had to survive on an island for 5 years. You know, Schisandra is just absolutely incredible. It has the 5 main flavors in traditional Chinese medicine, which is sweet, sour, salty, pungent, and bitter. And because of that, it actually balances, tonifies, and nourishes the 5 main organ systems in traditional Chinese medicine. This makes this a superior food, folks. In fact, Schisandra is one of the 27 to 29 main tonic herbs within the traditional Chinese medicine system. These are a superior class of herbs that are safe enough to consume every day, because some herbs which have a medicinal value, although they're great, shouldn't be taken every day. This is a food, ladies and gentlemen. Schisandra by itself is high in minerals. It has an astringent quality to it, and it purifies the blood. So, as you can tell, because the Schisandra was somewhat hot and warm, pretty much all of the resin has dissolved off the spoon. So, you can sweeten this with sugar if you really need to. You can sweeten this with monk fruit or stevia. What I do is I just take it plain. And normally, again, you guys, I want to put an emphasis on this. Normally, this is made in a base of mushroom tea. Sometimes I'll make cordyceps tea. Sometimes I'll make turkey tail tea. Sometimes I'll make chaga or reishi or mix them all together, and then I'll have a strong base. And then I will infuse it with the Schisandra, and then I will infuse it with the Shilajit. So this is a invigorating tonic, folks. This can help you rebuild yourself here in the underworld. This is very powerful. You know, green juice, all that stuff's cool, but this is far more effective. And it's far more cheaper. It's far cheaper, you guys. You know, good quality green juice with organic produce is, you're talking about like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month. You can get a 1-pound bag of Schisandra for, I believe, under $40 nowadays. And if you conserve it properly, it'll last you quite a while. And then the Shilajit, the beautiful thing about that is it's fairly cheap, you guys. It's not the cheapest substance in the world, but it is cheap, and you only need a little bit. So if you shop wisely and consolidate your funds, you can invest in things that will give you much return. And there's no reason why you have to spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every month on your health. You just need some basic tools. This is a mineral tonic. So, thought I heard something. Schisandra is also known as Wu Wei Jia or Wu Wei Zi, which I believe translates to the five flavored fruit. And Schisandra is mentioned throughout much herbal lore, you guys. It is basically part of every, you know, Taoist masters in their medicine bag. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this one up. This is my basic formula. Try it out. Peace be with you.